CJ.
I'm Sam.
I'm Zach.
DJ.
Tommy.
We're Paper Earth.
We are the Paper Earth. We are the Paper Earth.
Aren't we? Are we?
We're actually,
we?
yeah, no, we're Plastic Pluto or something like that.
I don't know.
Cardboard Jupiter.
Jordan, who are we?
Where are we? Wait, Jordan.
Was that good?
This is our manager.
Yeah.
Hang on.
You want to use that?
Hang on, this
Yeah,
is
I
our
can use that.
manager. Feels good. It
does feel
it's
good.
liberating.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know. We all gave them ideas of what we wanted, but they usually work best when they create their own interpretation of whatever art they're doing.
Right.
And I mean, by the time I even asked if you had anything down, I mean, they had a whole they made genuine inch by inch measurements of how to make sure that the pill bottles on the cover were
That's fine.
like proportionate to the bottle on the counter, smart as fuck.
So a lot of the material we had started from PJ and Zach in high school, and CJ too, right? At some point, yeah. So there was a different lineup back then with a few of the original members, and back in high school, it's more play a show once or twice a year when you can. But then at the start of 2022, we began to meet up and basically rehash all of these songs, write them out all the way, and fully structure them. So I would say it was at the beginning of 2022 where we decided we're going to get this set down and just practice it for like 6 months straight and then play as many shows as possible. I think we could do better on TikTok.
Right.
I think TikTok is definitely the best way to organically grow an audience in this day and age. People will frown upon that sometimes, but there are people who've had their careers made in a night off of that.
Yeah.
So we do what we can on social media, but there's always more that we could do.
I feel like when you actively show that you care about people that are minorities and people that get the short end of the stick, whether that be homelessness or addiction or being, having to deal with people hating you for being trans by just being yourself. I think that all of us can agree that it's just simple to be a good person that understands even if you don't understand. And I think that it's important for people to know that we're here to play music for you and for you to feel comfortable being who you are. If you identify as a man and want to come to our show in a dress, guess what? We've done it too. You can come and do that. You know what I mean? So I feel like we just want people to know that we love them just as much as we love what we do. So
I feel like it's not necessarily a conscious effort either. It's more just like we're just comfortable on there. We are comfortable with all of our fans, and most of it, if we ever take a position on something politically or things going on in the scene, we don't do that from a place of being pressured or anything. We just genuinely feel like it's important for bigger acts in the scene to step up and to say things about important issues.
I think we just want everyone to feel comfortable that comes to our shows. Everyone should feel safe and loved at our shows. I feel like being yourself has always been the main message. Come as what you want to leave the house as.
Right.
Don't try and put on a show or anything.
yeah, we're always worried about being attractive or being liked or being or people liking us. When you come to our shows, you can be the ugliest version of you that you can be, and you're still loved there, and that's really important.
Yeah, so the album is in the works. We've had a series of unfortunate events, slight delays. PJ had a little accident cleaning his bathroom where he punched the shit out of some tiles on his head for a week or two.
My knuckle is still very purple.
Yeah, we have to get into the mixing process for a lot of things, but I will say it is mostly recorded. So we took a lot of time getting this single out. We wanted to make sure it was something everyone was happy with, that there were no regrets going into it, but we will be working as hard as possible to get that out. So, if anyone wants to.
I feel like it is definitely an idea for us, a prominent idea to whoever has ever helped us get to where we are and are going is there with us, gaining the same amount of, what are you gonna say, the same amount of fulfillment from it. So,
Clout.
exactly, clout, if you want to use that word. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's definitely something that we want to do. It's not like an idea that we have like in our journal with like prominent details of when it's going to happen, but it's definitely floating in our heads, no doubt.
I think we've been fortunate in the fact that like
with Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan's a beautiful man.
Like
We
a lot
love
of
to work
it's
with him.
it's not as much making our own label. Like if you check our releases, it's under non-existent records just because there's somewhere you can type in a record label even if you don't have one. So that's what we do. But Ethan has been great working with us in recording, and he's expressed interest in starting a label out of their studio that would cater to the local bands around here, and that's something we definitely would like to be in the ground floor on because there's like a great flourishing scene here and that deserves to be heard outside of this city. Who wrote that?
Our social media guru.
Yeah.
Now, I was wondering if you guys knew that catfish actually have like a built-in amplifier to be able to hear underwater.
Interesting. I did not know that. Huh.
So at the end of the day, you
It's
guys
meant
are
to
all
be.
catfish.
That's badass. I'm even more proud of that now.
I retired Lego Chewbacca a few years ago, but people have been requesting a comeback for a minute.
No,
Maybe one of
please.
these days.
Keep him away.
Maybe one of these days.
I don't think I get it. I'm not in on this, but I say we're not
no one gets
I think
it.
that was your Instagram picture
I
for a
posted
while.
like 5 Lego Chewbaccas.
Oh, yeah.
That's like
Day
some
for a
nard.
year.
Nard.
Yeah, that's somewhere more. That's
That was like forever. That was before Tommy.
We're going back to middle school.
Yeah, I guess that stems from when I was. So we had rough structures for these songs when we started hashing them all out, and I would just go and sit in like the Kroger parking lot and basically just like write a song a week, and like. I don't know, I always end up happy with the things I write, but I wouldn't say I'm consciously processing the things I write as I write them. Or like I'm not assigning meaning to things as I write them. I sort of go after and take the liberty of saying like this means this and this means this. So yeah, that just comes from the fugue state that I enter whenever I sit down and write it, and I just stop processing reality around me. Yeah, there was when we were writing our newest song, Pleather Nightmare. There's the part at the end, the slow gradual build with the da 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 da. That started as just like that before the lyrics were even written. We were all jamming on guitar, and I started playing that. I'm like, this is a cool sounding guitar part, and I eventually just made that into the vocal line because it worked out better that way. So it kind of depends on the song. Sometimes the lyrics will come first. And sometimes I just hear a melody or something on guitar, something different happens. I don't think that could definitely be worked into whatever the lyrics are going to be.
Actual amount of time that these songs have existed,
Yeah.
literal years. But like, I mean, since Sam and Tommy joined, I feel like they added so much like inspiration to the group that it just launched us. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there hasn't been such a good. Like we're a working machine. Like if we didn't have one of us, it would not work the way that it does now. And I think that we all are very aware of that.
I think one of my favorite parts of our songwriting process is that when we get the general structure down, we decide on a name for the song, and that's how I write the lyrics. That's how I wrote the lyric. Like for Doomworm, I'm like, I'm gonna write a song about a giant worm that eats people, and that's honest. That's a fun way to write lyrics that I had never tried in solo material. Just starting from something as simple as a title and working a whole song out of it.
Once the song is done, we knock recording and mixing about a day each. Knock it out. It's pretty.
We practice
pretty
it so we
fast
don't waste any time in the
Right.
studio. I would say.
Oh my God, CJ is he just spawns bad luck for himself.
Yeah.
I don't know what fucking happens, but like his guitar will stop working and his guitar works. Why is CJ's head bleeding? What happened? Something else will go wrong.
Any outdoor show that
There's
we
been
play, it rains.
there's been unforecasted rain at every outdoor show we played, which is like 6 or 7 shows.
Yeah.
Literally just 0% chance of rain on the forecast, and then it just starts pouring.
And if it doesn't rain, the cops come.
We
So-
make it happen. Yeah, it always works sometimes.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that, about the cops raiding a few shows. Now, did that create any troubles for you guys, or was it just mostly gotta break this crowd up?
Yeah,
sorta?
probably created troubles for the homeowner in that second thing.
Which sucks.
We had one time the cops showed up at 11 when the show ended, and we were like, we're done here. And they're like, oh, you're good. But that last time,
They shut that shit
the
down.
neighborhood was a little too affluent, even for a Clifton neighborhood to get away with that kind of thing. We got shut down at like 9:30 or 10 p.m.
We got through one person.
Yeah, we got through about 30
shut
seconds
down.
of one song before
Yeah.
we saw the lights, and we just knew it was over.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tell them all the time how confident I am in these dudes.
Right.
They're all some of the most talented, hardworking people that I know. And sometimes I do want to knock them out. But besides the point, these are beautiful people, and I don't think that any of us would be who we are without each other. And I think that when you are in a group of people who are as inspired with each other and as dedicated to being good workers and good musicians with each other, that shit will drive you wherever you want to go. If you genuinely believe that you can achieve what you want to achieve, there's no doubt that you're going to do it if you just keep doing that shit.
Yeah. I would say like a lot of bands have to worry sometimes about the infighting and scuffling and whatever. We all just work incredibly well together. When we get angry at each other, it's over. Like it's just occasionally over minor things that don't matter. There's never any big riffs. And honestly, yeah, I couldn't say anything specific for what I want from the future. All I know is when we started this out a year ago, we were like 150, 200 followers on Instagram. We just broke 1,000 like a month ago maybe. So that all I want is growth really. I know that we can keep playing constantly forever.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are going to get tired of this anytime soon. So right now we're just trying to get our name out there as much as possible.
We definitely have a lot of drive, I feel like, with this group. I think everyone just wants to play as much as possible. If that means we're living out of cardboard boxes and still playing shows, I think that's what we're going to do.